standing in a little dinghy.
Standing in a dinghy?
A wooden plank, and I'm standing and there were little boats rocking from side to side.
And how does it feel to be standing in a dinghy? And it's rocking from side to side.
Silly and quite safe.
Quite safe.
Playful and fun.
Mm-hmm. So how tall do you think you are?
About 5 feet.
And what type of body do you think you have?
I'm a boy.
You're a boy. How old do you think you might be?
About 10.
About 10. And do you know what your name is?
Tom.
Tom. So, Tom, are you alone? Or are you with others?
There's others around, but I'm on my own.
You're on your own. And how far are the others away from you? Are they in a dinghy with you? Or are they nearby?
No, they're somewhere in the water and somewhere on the bank.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a look around to see where you are, describe where you are.
It's a big willow tree, and there's a little jetty, and it's like a swimming pond hole place where everybody comes for a swim.
So everyone has fun and laughter and all play together. Do you know the other children here?
It's a sunny day and the grass is lovely and green and the willow tree is all out and everybody's splashing around in the sunshine.
Lovely. So what's the weather like here?
It's lovely.
And what time of the day is this?
Probably around about noon.
And do you know what time of the year this is?
It's the summertime.
It's summertime. So, do you live far from here?
Not too far, down the lane.
Down the lane. What's the name? What's the name of the lane?
It's just like a wagon lane.
A wagon lane. Okay.
Wagon.
A wagon lane. Okay.
There's a flint cottage. I live in a flint cottage. It's got a thatched roof on it.
A thatched roof on it.
It's got roses in the garden. And it's got a trellis over the gate.
Lovely. Is this where you live? Is this, yes. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Mary is my sister. Just I have an older brother, but he doesn't live with us anymore.
Where does he live?
He has his own house.
He has his own house.
Married.
And what's his name?
I want to say it's Thomas.
Thomas. So your older brother's Thomas then. So do you know the name of the cottage that you live in? Does it have a name?
Lilac.
Lilac. Do you know the name of the area where you live?
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds. Lovely.
No, it's not the Cotswolds.
It's not the Cotswolds.
No. It's like the Cotswolds. It's like the stone houses, but it's not. Somebody said Cotswolds. I didn't really say Cotswolds. Somebody said Cotswolds, and I heard Cotswolds, but it's not.
So who else was that said that? Is there someone with you?
Somebody older shouted it. They're listening to us.
And if you look around, where are they?
Over my left shoulder.
On your left shoulder. Do you know this person? Who is she?
No, it's a boy.
It's a boy?
Yeah. He's just a big mouth.
Big mouth. Do you like him? Or not?
Come on.
No, just someone you know. Okay. So, if you go back to where you're splashing around in the water, are there any grown-ups around? Or any adults around? Parents?
No, just older kids.
Just older kids? So you just all come together on this lovely hot sunny day to splash around in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel being here?
Free.
Free, lovely. So do you know what year this is?
1912.
1912.
Mm.
Okay, so who's your favourite friend here? Who's your best friend?
It's a girl.
A girl. And what's her name?
Angela.
Angela. And how do you know Angela?
Go to school together.
You go to school together. Have you known her for a long time? And she's with you there now, is she?
She's not in the boat.
She's not on the boat.
No,
Okay,
she's on the grass.
okay. So I'm going to count to 3 and I'd like to be over with Angela now. So 1, 2, 3. And now you're with Angela. What do you like about Angela?
She's got red hair.
Red hair. Why is she your best friend?
Because she looks at me nicely.
She looks happy.
She looks at me nicely.
And
She makes me feel nice.
that's lovely. So what I like to do, I'd like to look deep into her eyes. And the eyes are the windows of the soul. I'd like you to see if you recognise her, if it's someone you know in this current lifetime. Do you recognise her?
She was my mum
She was your mum.
in this,
Mm-hmm.
in Lucy's life.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's lovely. So you love being with Angela. And she's she lights you up. Is she one of these people that has a natural glow about her? And she connects with people very easily.
She likes people.
She's
likes
nice.
people. She's good. She's kind to people.
Mm-hmm. And that's good to be kind to people. So I'm going to count to 3, and on the count of 3 I'm going to move you forward 5 years in this lifetime. So 1, 2, 3. You're now 5 years older, and where are you? What's happening?
I'm working
You're working
in an office in a post office.
in a post office. Very good. How long have you been here for?
Since I was 14 or 15.
Mm-hmm. So do you like working in the post office? It's a job.
Yeah.
And what do you do in the post office?
Collect things, sort things, deliver things, serve at the counter, anything anybody needs me to do.
Sounds like you do lots of things. So where is this post office where you work? Where's the location?
Red something, red something, red something. Sounds like Carter, but I can't make sense.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what area this is? The name of the location?
It's somewhere. It's sort of in the middle of England somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Very good.
the middle of the south of England, not the middle of England. It's very green and rolling hills.
Okay.
It's
So what I'd like you to do is in the post office, I'd like you to look around at the letters, and I'd like to pick up one that you feel drawn to, and I'd like you to read the address of where it's going to. And what would it say?
It's showing me an address I know. It's showing me a friend's address, Dolish 23 Strand Hill.
Okay. And do you know the person that lives there?
I know person who lives there now,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know the person who lived there
Then. Okay. And I'd like to pay particular attention to the colour of the envelope. Does it have a stamp on it?
It's
What colour is the envelope?
a sort of a buff colour.
Mm-hmm.
A stamp.
And describe this.
The stamp has red in it.
Red.
It's not. There's a lot of stamps,
Mm-hmm.
and we stamp an ink stamp over them,
Okay.
and the mail.
So if you look at the stamp very carefully, just describe what the stamp looks like. How would you describe it?
It's got a serrated edge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got. Trying to see because it has I'm not sure, and I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. Would you say just the first impression?
Our first impression was it was a man,
Mm-hmm.
but something's wrong.
And what's wrong?
Well, there was talk of changing the stamps.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
I don't know if it's to do with the colour or whether it was to do with the king.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do now, I'd like you to know that you've got permission to open this particular letter. And I'd like you to open the letter, open the envelope, and open the letter up. And just to read out what the letter says, because there's an important message in the letter. And if you just read
It's an invitation.
an invitation, and what's it an invitation for?
It's an invitation for tea.
For tea?
Yep.
Sounds nice.
That's a tea. There's a tea. I want to say party, but there are people being invited to have tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's an occasion of an engagement. The people who live in the house in Dawlish
Mm-hmm.
are being invited to a tea party to celebrate an engagement of the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I know the girl,
And
Anna, and I went to school with Anna.
okay.
She's 17.
And who is the other name on the invitation as to who?
John.
John.
Mm.
Do you know these people?
No.
Okay.
Looks like a nice card.
Mm-hmm.
Got gold. Got decorated with gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
So I'd like you to now just look at the card and see the date of the invitation. When is this tea party taking place?
Well, either I've got 23 on the brain or it's the 23rd of April.
And what year would it be?
Nineteen 17, 1917.
Okay. And what I'd like to do now is just look around the post office. And what is the most significant object that you see here? What is it that catches your eye?
The weighing scales.
The weighing scales. So what I'd like to do now, I'd like to feel those weighing scales and feel how
They're really they're made of. These ones are wrought iron and quite flat, quite big, and they've got a central arm that moves from side to side, and they're part of the excitement of the day. It's not too exciting working in a post office. Delivering the post is better because you can get outside. Only that's not really my job properly anymore because that's what the juniors do, and I'm supposed to be doing more work in the office, serving customers, writing all the amounts in the book, and it's a bit boring.
But it's a job that has to be done. So,
Do you know, the thing with the stamp was I had a penny in my hand,
okay.
and I was looking at this penny. I was thinking stamp, but I was looking at a penny.
A penny. Penny red?
Like a penny. No, I was looking at an old-fashioned. I was looking at a great big brown penny, and even though we were saying stamp, I was getting confused because I was actually looking at a penny. I wasn't really looking at the stamp for some reason. The stamp was the colour, but the head was on the penny, and that's where I seem to be getting myself confused because there was on the penny there was definitely a man's head, but on the stamp there wasn't a man's head. And you were asking me about the stamp, but for some reason I was still looking at the penny. I can feel the penny in my hand still as I'm looking at it, but I couldn't tear myself away properly from the penny to answer the question about the stamp. That's really strange.
What's even more strange is where that letter was going to.
I know.
Dawlish?
We know where.
Well, yeah, but I know that house, 23 Strand Hill in Dawlish.
Sue and David live.
But
it's not beyond the realms of.
I couldn't. I mean, I wasn't. I wanted to say it wasn't that. If I could have made something up, I would have said it, but that's not what it felt like. It felt like it was 23 Strand Hill, Dawlish. And
You know where the post office was? You just kept saying it was in the south.
it's, you know how, the villages, and I don't know what they're called, I don't know any of them. You know the villages if you were going to like Bryce Norton? You know those?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what?
up near. Yeah.
Where is that?
When you said Cotswolds, that is.
Is that sort of that area?
Yeah,
You're just
Dad
off the
was
border of
stationed
the
up there,
Cotswolds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if it's the border of the Cotswolds, what would be on the other side of the border?
Flintstone Cottage is sort of unusual for that area. 'cause
Exactly. But the thing is, it was, this person shouted Cotswolds. But the thing is, I kept smiling because I was a bit,
The Cotswolds, and then you go over the border into Hereford in Wales,
Yeah.
don't you, and all that?
yeah, I was, it was just, I was in such a joyous place. I was standing on this boat with one foot on either side, rocking it like
Really?
this, right? And I could see over on the, to where the people were on the grass.
showing off
Nobody
the front of that
cared.
barrel, it's
Nobody cared what I was doing.
That's what you were doing.
Lovely.
Not in a way that they didn't care.
No.
Everybody was playing.
Relaxed, yeah.
There were people, there were boys and girls splashing in the water. The girls were just by the, like, at the fringes, but the boys were actually in the water. There was a little jetty. There was a great big, lovely willow tree. It was just an everything was kind of like idyllic,
Perfect.
classic English scenes. This is the other thing that was a bit weird. I could have said to you the post office was Larkrise to Candleford.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
I did in my head.
And that's,
I was kind
I
of
love that.
so it was, everything was like a classic scene. It was a bit like living the life of Little House on the Prairie, but in England.
yeah.
Except that there was such a feeling, such a good feeling. The cottage was a picture perfect cottage. It was, like everything was constructed, exactly as you would want it to be. So, and I knew
It
I
was
wasn't
bit
a,
too twee.
yeah, I knew I wasn't a boy that was from wealth, but we weren't hard up. And so I didn't get a rough job. I got the job at the post office, doing the running
Respectable job.
about. Do you know what I
At
mean?
the age you were, and then this guy was getting engaged at the time of the Great War. They
Yeah,
would have been an age of serving soldiers, so
yeah.
that's
But the thing is, this was like nothing would have burst the bubble. It was like it was an idyllic scene.
Wow.
It's like that before the war.
You also nearly had a banzai dog. She just went out and did a.
I did shoot. I felt an energy.
Crashing through the tripod.
No, I felt an energy, but it didn't disturb where I was. But it was. But the weird thing is, and I'm saying this out loud, but it was almost like it was like a projection of life and not life as you know it.
Too perfect. Strange.
And I just had this. Do you know when you're a kid and you know a secret? That's what it felt like.
Really.
I felt like I had a
You knew
secret.
this lovely place, but no one else to.
Oh no, there was lots of people around. They were interacting.
Strange.
But it was like a projection of reality. It was so, and so I was talking, but I was talking inwardly, like I had a secret. That this was the secret. Isn't that a strange
It's
thing
weird,
to say?
yeah.
I felt really joyous though. Like it was great being a kid there. It was great being, but it wasn't like it was physical reality.